Welcome back to my channel. Last time I discussed about uh, the constant pi, and I too touched upon the subject of 28 by 9, the next constant. I call it xi, 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 and whose value is 28 by 9. So in this video I want to explain what xi means. Let us see, in the last video we discussed about pi being the energy emanation 22 squared rather, and on whom we drop 7 planets to get the pi, right? They were perfect spherical surface, right? So now from here to here it was 22. Now the thing is that is the present reality. As we know, everything here in our reality, we have perfect circles, perfect spheres, and everything is based on the pi geometry, right? Geometry, most of the geometry is based on pi. That is the circumference of circle to the ratio of circumference of circle to the diameter of the circle. So now, what would be the next reality? You see, reality has not been the same all the time. It has been changing. You know, to begin with, there was only hot gas which condensed and formed the planets. And by, more and more planets came and joined this cluster. And of course, there is math behind that. And first, it started with Mercury, and not even Mercury. In fact, there were so many layers, which I have many a time explained about them, and now I will explain again. According to the Hindu mythology, there are 14 lokas, and according to basically the what do you call Gnostic cosmos, the model of cosmos in Gnostic belief system. It has a monad, the source or the god, then followed by mother, followed by Christ. That is, so far we have 3, and then 12 more, basically 12 more ions were there. So altogether there were 15 ions, right? And in the abyss, let me show you that picture so that you can understand that even better. Here, if you refer to this diagram, the Gnostic cosmos, here this was father, this was mother, this was the child Christ. These were 12 ions. So 3 plus 12, 15. And the 15th ion here was the Sophia, or wisdom, the goddess of wisdom. But Sophia has fallen down, here it fell down to abyss. Abyss in the sense our material world, basically, represented by M, the letter M. The letter M is nothing but the matter, material world. From the 13th ion, when Sophia, the 14th ion, fell down, she became 13th ion, that is the material world. And in the material world, there were again 7 archons and 5 archons of the abyss. So 7 plus 5 is 12, and at the top we have Yalabath. So, in a way, you can say that the fallen Sophia herself could be compared to, she is nothing but she transformed into Yalabath. So, Yalabath or fallen Sophia is the 13th ion here in the material world. 13 is the material world. So at the top we have fallen Sophia, or the dark, the 6 cube, or what we call the dark one, dark Sophia. So this is the pure Sophia, this is the dark Sophia. So till here there are 14, and from here again we have, including Yalabath, we have 14. So altogether they make up 28 ions. Where were we? Here. So these went on forming these worlds: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The eighth one was the earth. 8 squared is earth. Earth meaning Bhuloka in Hindu mythology. And 8 squared is basically, what do you call, 8 can be expressed as 2 raised to 3. And there is a very confusing mathematical decryption of numbers. Like the number 22, see, could as well be 2 into 2, 2 raised to 2, or 22 itself. So it all depends on the face value and the place value of the digits. So 22 could be 2 raised to 2, that is 4 as well. 23 could be 2 raised to 3, that is 8 as well. So we can call it in other way, we can call this 8 squared as 23 squared. So this is the 23 squared, and so on and so forth. We have so many lokas. The 13th loka is called the Tapaloka, which is nothing but the fallen Sophia, material, beginning of material world. 14th square is for the actual Sophia, goddess of wisdom, and 15th is basically Orion, and Orion, of course, split into pieces, and then there is 16th square, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. So basically here we have 26 ions, but what I propose is we have more than that. In fact, we have 28 ions, 14 in the higher realm and 14 in the lower realm. So now we have seen there is this 11th guy. We are interested in the 11th guy. 11th guy is K, Maharloka or Saturn. Saturn is the 11 squared. So this is the, from here to here it is from Patala to Saturn. This is one reality, realm. Basically, that is our reality. So, what lies above this? And as I told you, these have not been like this all the time. First, the Patala formed one squared, and from there on, Earth till Earth was 8 squared or 23 squared, as we have deduced now. So on they went on forming, and so far we have only till Saturn. From Mercury to Saturn, we have the from Mercury to Saturn, we have our reality. Our reality extends only till Saturn. So, and I talked about mathematical proof for that. See here, if you take the planets till Saturn, that is 2 plus 6 plus 8 plus 18 plus 26 plus 38, they make up a total of 100, which is equivalent to 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube, 4 cube, right? So that what are these left hand side entities? The left hand side entities are basically the planets. 2 is Mercury, 6 is Venus, 10 is Earth, 18 is Mars, 26 is Jupiter, 38 is Saturn. And these equal to 1 cube is fire, 2 cube is 2 cube is air, 3 cube is moon, 4 cube is sun. So this is basically from here to here, this sphere, the inner sphere, this inner sphere is basically self-sufficient in the sense what the energy required by these planets to keep in their orbit is supplied by sun, moon, air and fire, right? So that is what the in Hindu philosophy basically there is a concept called Navagrahas. Navagrahas, you may be wondering what is Navagraha, what is meaning of Navagraha. Navagraha means 9 planets. 9 planets. And surprisingly, the 9 planets are not the 9 planets we talk about. They exclude Earth. Earth is like the firmament below which there is Venus and Mercury, above which Mars, Jupiter, or Saturn are there, and there are 2 more grahas which are not part of this this inner sphere. Inner sphere ends at Saturn. So till Saturn, if you take, there are 5 planets excluding Earth, because Earth is supposed to be the firmament, the basis for everything, and they include Sun and Moon also as planets. Get it now? So the 9 planets they are talking about are Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Sun, Moon. That is 7. And 8th is, of course, Uranus is called Rahu, Neptune is called Ketu. So 9, including them, it will be 9 planets. Okay. So 22 by 7, as I told you even in the previous video, 22 by 7 is 11 plus 11 by 7, right? So till here there are 7 planets. Basically the 22 squared ends here. This is the trampoline. If you take a trampoline of this trampoline, the circle, if let us suppose if this is circle is made out of 22 squared, then there are 7 bodies which give its spherical shape, that is 22 by 7. So what are the 7? Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn 5, and Sun and Moon 7 planets. That is the Hindu model of Earth, I mean this reality. So let's say when I say that's why the next step would be to include Uranus and Neptune, right? If you include Uranus and Neptune also in this model, how many planets we will be having? We will be having 9 planets, right? And to do that, let us say Saturn was the 11th one, represented by letter K, Uranus is L, Neptune is M, Sophia is N. That is, if Saturn is Saturn is 11, 12, 13, 14. So if you take a trampoline of the size of 14, let us say here, that is 28, and drop in these 9 planets, the existing 7, I mean even Uranus and Neptune are all existing, but they're not in the pie. So this is the smaller circle here is the pie, whereas the bigger circle here, and basically when I am saying circle, we are looking at in the two-dimensional mode. So it is a circle, but in fact it will be a sphere. So this is the sphere made out of the emanation 28. 28, as we have earlier seen, 28 could be 2 raised to 8 also. That if you take that notation, then 2 raised to 8 is basically 256. That is 256 is nothing but the letter P, that is 16 squared. So within 16 squared, if this 16 squared will contain this 14 and this 14, that is, in the sense, the whole thing is contained in this bigger sphere. There is a math involving the rest of the planets also. 2 Mercury, 2 is Mercury, 6 is Venus, 10 is Earth, 18 is Mars, 26 is Jupiter, 38 is Saturn, 50 is Uranus, 66 is Neptune. So if you take the total of these, all of these, then it will be 216, and it will be given by the total of here. The basically there is a little flaw here. Basically on these 2 raised to 3 and 1 raised to 3 will not be there, because 216 is basically 3 cube plus 4 cube plus 5 cube. So this is wrong. These 2 should not have been there. That's force of habit. I always talk about the 5 cubes, so which is 15 squared or n. So I didn't remove these 2. It is happening quite often. I should take care. Anyway, so what do you observe new in this? Here, for the smaller circle, which is governed by pi, pi, which is 22 by 7, we have only sun and moon. Sun, moon, of course, air and fire, right? The physical elements. But if you observe this bigger sphere, that is the sphere of 28 squared, you have another entity here. This is nothing but the Betelgeuse. So the next world, extended world, would include Betelgeuse also. Betelgeuse will also be a part of the next world. So far, if without Betelgeuse, this small sphere can be is self-sufficient in the sense only sun, moon, air, and fire can completely control this sphere. This sphere. Whereas to control this sphere, you need to include Betelgeuse also. The energy will not be sufficient to contain Betelgeuse, so you need this 28 squared. And if you take 28 squared, Betelgeuse will also be included, and this will be the basically future reality. This is the future reality. Okay, that's pretty much what I wanted. I wanted to show the comparative this thing. Basically, this is how it. If the present reality is like 11 cube, or represented by this sphere 22 by 7, that is the smaller sphere is our reality now. In terms of energy, it can be shown as a cube having sides of 11, all three sides equal to 11, that cube. And the future reality will be all sides will have a length of 14, so 14 cube. The next reality will be 14 cube, and of course the energy emanation made out that will contain this 14 cube is 28 squared. So that's pretty much what I wanted. Well, I have always been telling you about the 28. The purpose why I made this video is I wanted to justify why I took 28 rather than let us say I could have taken above 22. There are so many emanations, right? Above 22 there is 24, there is 26. But why I did not take 24 and 26 is because if you want to contain this guy Betelgeuse also, you need an emanation of 28 squared only. This the Uranus will be basically, if this is 22, this will be 24, this will be 26, and this will be 28. So even Neptune cannot contain. I mean, including Neptune, everything should be inside the sphere. Then only it will make a stable system. So at the top of the hierarchy, we have Sophia. Sophia, the not this is fallen Sophia. Neptune is fallen Sophia. But above that, Sophia is the ninth planet, and that ninth planet will be, in fact, if it forms, that will be the connection between our reality and the heaven, a so-called heaven, or the higher real. This this reality below earth is abyss. Above earth, earth to Saturn is the present reality, and from Saturn to Sophia is another reality, that is actually the Orion constellation. And if you take from the Patala to Sophia, all the 14, then the Betelgeuse will also be a part of this system. That's the reason why I took 28, not just I could have taken 24 Uranus. Basically, Uranus is the 12th planet. So 12th planet, 12 squared, 12 plus 12, 24. If you want to take a trampoline of 24, then we can cover till Uranus. If you take a trampoline of 26, you can cover up to Neptune. But we need to take a trampoline of 28. Only then, as in the the Gnostic philosophy, it is believed that Sophia has been making to and fro uh, journeys between heaven and earth, because by mistake she created the material world, and she was her energy was being consumed by this material world, and the Albath has been sucking off all the energy from her. So she fell down to 13, and she realized her mistake and requested the monad to grant her previous status among the ions as the part of the heaven. So Monad agreed, and he tried to create a intermediate world, which is the world of Sophia. Here, the 28th emanation, that 28th, that is the 14th loka. There, if this is realized, then there will be a connection between heaven and the our present reality. So, whatever may happen, this evolution has been taking on from the Patalas to Mercury to Venus to Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. This has been evolving. So, the solid planets we have are up to Mars only. You may know. Even Jupiter is a gas giant. Saturn is a gas giant which is not even in place, in the sense it has rings. It is not completely formed. And then Uranus and Neptune are basically shadow planets. They are called shadow planets, or Chaya Grahas in Hindu mythology. The Uranus is Rahu, Neptune is Ketu, so they are Chaya Grahas. So, to conclude, the aim of evolution of mankind is to reach heaven, or we can say 14, the world, 14th world, that is ruled by Sophia. Sophia is not the fallen one. Neptune, the 13th world, is fallen Sophia. Sophia is the original ion Sophia, the 14th ion of the heaven. So that's pretty much it. um, if I missed anything, you can as well notify, bring to my notice. I will correct. And yeah, for now, that's about it. Thank you. Thank you for watching.